Greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope I have a good week so far. And well, it's time to take a look at my top 10 favorite 10th Doctor episodes. But before we get into that, can we just talk about how crazy this year has been? I mean, seriously. I mean, first things first. My old computer went Kaputski on me, which unfortunately meant that, well, that intro that's been playing at the beginning of my videos is no longer available to me. So there's that. But yeah, but still, life goes on, I guess, and now here we are. But you know, it's kind of interesting though that I'm doing this video right before the end of the year, so there's that. And then of course the next video I'm going to do is delving in right into the era of the 11th Doctor, who was my first Doctor, so there's that. But still, overall, I think it's time to look back and take a look at some good things for a moment. Well, some good things anyway, so there you go. But anyway, so these are my top 10 favorite 10th Doctor episodes. Let's get started. So coming in at number 10, Love and Monsters. I do not like this episode at all. It is, hands down, probably one of the worst episodes of the modern era of Doctor Who. Excuse me. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain Dr. Light episodes that I really like. Turn Left, The Girl Who Waited, all of those are great. This one, not so much. But yeah, I think we all agree that this episode is just, well, not that good, so yeah, let's just move on. Number 9, Fear Her. Now, I will admit, this story isn't particularly all that bad, but it's still not good. So, yeah, basically it's just a story about a girl who draws certain things and then they ultimately start happening. Unless I forget about the moment when this same girl drew a squiggly thing and it attacked Rose. Yeah, that was kind of weird, so there you go. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Number 8, Daleks in Manhattan. Now, this is the beginning of a two-part story, and I will admit, the first part is good. I like it. It's not that bad. The problem, though, is the following episode, Evolution of the Daleks, just is weird. I mean, Daleks turning people into pigmen? Like, what the hell? But yeah, it's just not, but yeah. But like I said, the first part is good. Second part, it's a little bit iffy for me, so there you go. Anyway, next up. Number 7, Fires of Pompeii. Now, this is a story that is considered to be a pseudo-historical, not a pure historical. For those of you who don't know, in Doctor Who, a pure historical is basically a story where the only sci-fi elements are the Doctor, his TARDIS, the companions, and that's it. A pseudo-historical is when another sci-fi element is introduced, like, say, the villain, or something else like that, you know. Something that's not part of the historical setting that the episode takes place in. And the Fires of Pompeii is definitely pseudo-historical, so there's that. But still, it is a pretty good, enjoyable episode. Not to mention that in this episode, Donna Noble is great in this episode. She is fantastic, and that's one of the reasons why she's my favorite 10th Doctor companion. I just really like the character that much. Not to mention, we also get an appearance by Karen Gillan pre-Amy Pond, and we also get Peter Capaldi in this episode long before he was casted as the 12th Doctor, so that's pretty awesome. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Number 6, Doomsday. I know this may be controversial to some people because a lot of people out there love Doomsday. And don't get me wrong, Doomsday is not a bad episode, not by a long shot. The problem I have, though, is that the fact that A, Rose lands in a parallel universe she can possibly never escape from, which means she can never see the Doctor again. 2, Rose tells the doctor that she loves him. Does the doctor get a chance to say it back? No! Which is stupid. He should have had more time to do that. But oh well then. But still, overall, Doomsday is good. I just wish it could have been a little bit better, so that's my opinion. Anyway, number 5, School Reunion. I love this episode. There's so many reasons why I do, but probably the main reason is the return of Sarah Jane Smith, played by the late great Elizabeth Sladen. And Sarah Jane Smith is my all-time favorite Doctor Who companion, so that's a plus. And also K9 is in it, so that's good too. And of course, this episode was eventually the backdoor pilot for my favorite Doctor Who spin-off series of all time, The Sarah Jane Adventures. Yes, you heard right. I like The Sarah Jane Adventures more than Torchwood. What can I say? It's a good show. So there you go. Anyway, number 4, Turn Left. Now this is a Doctor Who light story done correctly as opposed to Love and Monsters. This episode is great. And well, it is a bit dark too, considering the fact that we actually see what life would have been like if Donna never traveled with the Doctor, and it would not have been good. So there you go. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Number 3, The Christmas Invasion. Yes, this is David Tennant's first story as a Doctor. Yes, it's a Christmas special. And you know what? I freaking love it. So there you go. Anyway, but yeah, this episode is just great. And of course, Harriet Jones, Prime Minister. Yes, we know who you are. So there you go. Anyway, number 2, Journey's End. The final episode of Series 4. This episode is awesome. We get to see the return of all the companions. We get to see Jack and the Torchwood team. We get to see Sarah Jane Smith at Bannerman Road. And it's just great. And of course, Davros, the creator of the Daleks, is in this story. Need I say more? I don't think so. So there you go. And finally, at number 1, The Unicorn and the Wasp. I love this story for a number of reasons. Reason number 1, a murder mystery. Reason number 2, it involves Agatha Christie. And reason number 3, some more hilarious Donna Noble moments. Need I say more? I don't think so. So there you go. But anyway, those are my top 10 favorite 10th Doctor stories. Now we'll hear from you guys. Let me know which stories are your favorite down in the comments section below. And well, while 2020 has been a rough year for everyone, myself included, let's just hope that 2021 is going to be a little bit better. So there you go. And yes, beginning 2 weeks from today, I will start looking at the era of the 11th Doctor with his very first story, the 11th Hour. Well, happy early New Year, everyone, and let's just hope that 2021 will be a hell of a lot better than 2020. So, until then, this is Hooving Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly, baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.